fetus doesn't have more rights than any other person.
So you just admitted that it's a person?
Yeah.
But do parents have an obligation to their children? If
Calling it killing the child, it's not a procedure to kill the child.
it is, that's what it's called. This, anyways, but yeah, maybe. What do you think, man?
I think you're wrong.
I think I'm wrong. That you think women are sex objects?
No, I think you can call it abortion because a fetus doesn't have more rights than any other person.
So you just admitted that it's a person?
Yeah, I have no problem with that. I don't have the right to use someone else's body, neither does it.
But do parents have an obligation to their children? Because if they don't, then you would be against neglect laws. What was that?
If a mother refused to give a blood donation, her own blood to the child, does she go to jail?
Yeah, so here's the thing though.
That's the question.
Well, in our...
Is she forced to give an organ transplant for the child?
I don't know. Is she?
No. She's
Okay.
not.
Do parents have an obligation to their children? So, like, if a mother gives birth to a cabin to a child in a cabin in the woods, can she just put that child into the closet and leave it there to die?
Is she forced to give the child a kidney if it needs a kidney right there?
Parents, I answered your question. I just asked a question. Would you answer it?
I don't think that the answer is no, but the answer that is
Why?
not an equivalent situation.
Sure it is.
No.
Parents have a duty to their children.
They don't have a duty to allow them to use their body in any way they want, which is what...
Well, that's a perfect justification for murder of born people. My kids use my body all the time. I use my body to work, to provide food and resources for them.
To provide up to a certain point.
Yeah,
food and nutrition.
and that all uses my body.
You can also...
Like a ton of my body, actually.
There are also legal recourses for you to, say, terminate your parental rights. In this case, abortion is terminating the parental rights of the mother. It just happens to be a procedure
It happens to be killing the baby as well.
that the baby cannot survive outside the mother, but the baby is not allowed to use the mother in that way.
Well, then why are babies allowed to use their mother after they're born? What's the limiting factor?
The limiting factor is that the child is not the mother is not required to breastfeed. The mother is required.
It's required to feed, right? The mother is required to feed. The mother is required to provide
Didn't answer my
oxygen.
question. I don't know. Do you think that?
No, I don't know in the law. I don't know in the law because I thought that's what you were asking.
No. Well, we are talking about a legal principle, right? There's a difference between what's moral and what's legal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that I thought what you were asking was, in the law right now, is it necessary for a person? And my answer was, I don't know, because I don't know what the law states about
But then you start asking
providing.
legal questions.
Yeah, because our thing is, obviously, we want the law to change, right? Because we're against child sacrifice.
It's not child sacrifice. It's
Getting rid of a child so that you can do something,
it
that's
is
sacrificing
cutting off
children.
the life support to the child that happens to be coming from the mother. This would be that's one way to kill a child, but there's other ways to kill children too. Like you can burn them with saline. For abortion.
No. There's other ways to do abortions. You can kill them with saline. Have you ever looked into saline abortions? They used to do those for a while.
In this case, you were cutting off the life support in one form or another.
Well, and then in the second trimester, what they're doing is they're just ripping the baby apart limb by limb.
A fetus does not have.
No, parents have an obligation to take care of their children. Anything less than that is going against neglect laws.
Is a mother required to allow an ectopic pregnancy to come to term?
So ectopic pregnancy is technically not an abortion by the CDC definition. So like ectopic treatment.
Is it a fertilized egg?
Yes. So what I'm
Are you against mifepristone?
I'm not fully against mifepristone, no, because the reason why is I don't think that, like, it's the same logic of I don't think that guns kill people. I think people kill people.
To what level does a mother have to sacrifice her body to allow a child? Because the idea that
I think a mother has to do everything within her power to take care of her child. Yeah.
If it will kill her?
What's the scenario? I mean,
that's what I'm asking you. Is it required that a mother would give up her? Is it legally required for a mother to give up her life for her child?
So in order to predict that, Like you would have to predict that, right, with 100% certainty that she is going to die. And do you think that
to the extreme? Where is it? What about permanent disfigurement? What about?
Yeah, we can't.
How much of a chance of permanent disfigurement?
We can't.
99% chance that they die.
We can't kill someone just because there's a potential that they will die in the future.
On the mother, that just happens to be that the child cannot live outside the mother's body.
If you're
so in their cases,
one thing at a time. One thing at a time. You mentioned that you can kill the child. If
calling it killing the child, it's not a procedure to kill the child.
It is. That's what it's called.
The pregnancy.
No.
That happens to kill.
How do you end the pregnancy? You kill a child.
Right. It happens to kill the child at this point. It's ending a pregnancy. It's not. You're not going into.
You agree that? Okay. Yes, you are. That's the entire. It's to prevent live birth. That's the CDC definition.
If there was like an incubator, you could put the fetus in. Could a mother get an abortion then?
If there was an incubator that you could what?
Yeah. So
what do you mean?
An incubator. You can put the fetus in, and it lives on its own. Is an abortion?
No. Why would that allow you to kill an unborn child?
That's not what I said. I said that it's going to live. So can you do the abortion? Can you end the pregnancy if the child could live outside?
Abortion is not ending a pregnancy. The CDC said, no, the CDC's definition, you need to look it up right now. Google it right now. It's the CDC definition. Okay, that's fine. You don't. Okay, I'm presenting you with the fact right before you run away. The CDC definition is that you prevent. That's fine. That's fine, man. Go to class.
Say that it's running away.
Well, I'm just telling you the definition really quick. It's to prevent live birth. That is the CDC definition, which is just a backwards way of saying kill the child before it comes out. It's not end of pregnancy. That's not what abortion is, man.
It is ending a pregnancy.
Look up the CDC definition. Don't be ignorant.
That is what an abortion is.
Don't be ignorant, man. Look up the CDC definition. Don't be ignorant.
I'm telling you, the CDC does not.
I don't want you to go about your life being ignorant for the rest of your life. I really don't.
Are descriptive, not prescriptive.
I really, really don't.
They don't have meanings. In this case, what I am saying is an abortion is ending a pregnancy.
And that's incorrect.
Killing a child, and it just happens to be that those two things happen.
Did you listen to the CDC when they told you to wear a mask?
That's not a definition, first of all, and that was backed up.
I'm just wondering if you see them as an authority. You should look up the definition that the CDC provides.
As an authority. Definitions are not by necessity science. They describe.
Okay, well, we disagree on the definition, man. You have to.
Legal questions after you would not answer my question.
That's because I didn't know the answer about whether it was legal at the time. I told you I didn't know the answer.
No. Do you think it should be illegal? Because we're talking about if we're going to go that what is legal is what it should be legal, then abortion is legal. It should be legal. My question is, do you think that should be illegal?
I think that a parent has an obligation to take care of their child. Yeah, if they're the only one who can provide the thing, then yes, they have to take care of their child.
You would jail a woman for not giving a liver transplant to her child.
If she has the ability to, she ought to. For sure.
Well, then you're the one who is saying that women are objects to be used.
No.
Agree or disagree? Or no opinion?
Well, he was very excitable.
His point, main point.
He doesn't think that parents have an obligation to their children to take care of them. So
He agrees with Nicholas.
apparently.
A few moments later.
Here we go. How does the CDC define abortion? Right here.
Yep.
Right
It is
here.
intended to terminate a suspected or known ongoing intrauterine pregnancy, and that does not result in a live birth.
Yes.
I didn't tell you that it would result in a live birth.
If
Calling it killing the child, it's not a procedure to kill the child.
it is, that's what it's called.
You told me that they weren't defining it as termination of a
You
pregnancy.
said if there was a incubator,
Yeah.
would that be okay to have an
They would
abortion?
probably have to change their definition
No, because that would be
because the
delivery. Delivery is having a child. It's delivering the child.
If you're just taking that part, actually, if you're taking this in,
I mean, right here it says
Not birth.
CDC definition of
You had
abortion.
said birth before, and I wanted to ensure because Oh no,
does not result in a
birth.
live birth. So in other words, the child
so
is
you're also against
born.
cesarean section? Because that is not a live birth.
Yes, it is.
No, it is not. It is
If
not
the baby is
birth.
alive, it's a live
That is a surgical
birth.
removal of a live infant.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with that.
That's not a birth. Birth goes through the birth canal. By this legal definition,
what?
if you abolish,
You're saying is it okay? What? See, now we're just like arguing over like nonsense.
You were the one that wanted to bring up the definitions.
I did, and I said it
And
right.
I told you I don't care about that, but I wanted to look it up to see if you were correct.
Okay, well, the real.
The thing that you were telling me that I was wrong on was that it does not define it as terminating a pregnancy, which is how it defines it. It is both the term that
Preventing a live birth.
that is intended to terminate a suspected or known ongoing intrauterine pregnancy.
That does
And
not.
that does not result in a live birth.
Yes.
Those I'm
So
not saying that
transferring the baby to an incubator is not an abortion.
right. In this case, terminating a pregnancy ends up ending a live birth. Do you know that would still be the definition they would be using if it was possible to I don't know, remove the baby from the stomach and then have it still be alive? Because there's a procedure for that. It's called cesarean section.
I know cesarean section is not an abortion.
Right.
It's a
you have no
procedure
problem.
that results in the birth of a baby.
And when are cesarean sections done? They're done to save the life of the mother.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so is exactly the situation I'm talking about with like the incubator. You're removing a live baby from the mother. So you have no problem with that.
No.
What you have a problem with is that
Killing children.
ending the pregnancy ends the birth. I don't care that it ends the birth because he doesn't have the right to use his mother in that way. She can choose to end her pregnancy. The fact that it results in his death is irrelevant to the fact that she has the choice to end that term.
The question is, like I was asking on your way out, is what is the limiting factor?
So
Because a woman who is in a cabin or on an island, she gives birth to a baby, she has a duty to care for that baby. And without her body and her using all the organs of her body to move around, to provide food for that child, without her doing those things, wait a second, let me finish. Without her doing those things, that baby will die.
but what's the limit? What if the only food that's available, the only organic material that is possible for that baby to eat is for her to just cut a chunk off her arm and cook it? Is it now illegal for her to do that?
So now we're going to a famine
this
situation or something like that.
No, this is the situation. The only thing, because this is the situation for birth. The only thing, or for a fetus, the only thing that can sustain a fetus, given our current technology, is the mother's body.
Well, yeah, and
an exact situation
keeps on going back further and further and further.
Baby,
right?
Is in your cabin where they're out alone.
Yeah.
The only way that this child can be sustained is by the mother doing something to damage her body to give it to.
Yeah, but she's not doing something to damage her body.
Yeah.
She's having a child.
You don't know much about birth, do you?
No, I do. I've seen three.
No,
I've seen three. I have three children. I've been there for all three.
Is exactly
and my
the
wife's
same
body, no,
each time?
it's not the same.
Oh, so she
but
damaged
she's
her
not.
body to
She's not killing herself in order to give birth to it.
Cut off a piece. She damaged her body to give it.
Yeah.
I'm giving you the exact same.
It's not the exact same. Cutting off your arm and grilling it up.
Situation. Making it exactly the same as birth.
It's not the same.
She is damaging her body to sustain the baby.
How many times have you seen someone cut off their arm in the middle of birth, grill it up to be ready to give to somebody?
It is a situation where she's damaging her body to sustain the baby.
My wife has been damaging her body to sustain our baby because every time she lifts that baby up, it makes her back worse and worse and worse. Does she have the right to kill that child?
No. But
why?
She has the right to not pick it up.
Why? She
has the right to not pick it up.
It's damage. No, because if she didn't pick it up, it would stay. My child would stay in his crib all day and die of starvation if she didn't pick it up.
She couldn't bring him a bottle?
Yeah, let's say her back is feeling so bad that she can't go up and down the stairs, or she doesn't want to because her back hurts. The stairs hurt.
You are so godless. This is awful.
Godless? God hates abortion, ma'am.
Actually, God
Hates?
prescribed how to.
No,
do
he
abortion.
didn't. No, he didn't.
Absolutely, he did.
Oh, you've been on Reddit for way too long, man.
No,